press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome to the class. Today I am here to continue that chapter sequences and series. In the last session we talked about some JE questions from the concept arithmetic progression, right? So today I am going to discuss JE questions from the remaining part of the chapter sequence and series. I mean, I am going to discuss JE questions from the concept geometric progression and special series and some questions related to arithmetic mean as well as geometric mean. So before going to this first question, let me discuss some important results. I mean some important points related to the concepts of GP as well as series as well as GM and AM. I mean geometric mean and arithmetic mean. The first point is like this. Yes, we are all familiar in the geometric progression that a sequence in which the ratio of the consecutive terms is constant throughout the series, then we call it as geometric progression. And the general form of a geometric progression is given by what? AR square, AR cube, and so on. AR power of n minus 1. You mean first term is A and R is the common ratio, and nth term is given by AR power of n minus 1. This is what we discussed in the previous class, right? Now, so this is about what geometric progression. You mean sequence or a progression in which the ratio of consecutive terms is constant throughout the series, then we call that constant as, this is what we call as GP, and the constant we call as the common ratio, and it is given by, it is denoted by small r. A is the first term, AR is the second term, AR square third term, and so on. So AR power of n minus 1 is the nth term is of the geometric progression. Now let me discuss some important points related to geometric progression. The first point is like this. If each term of a geometric progression is multiplied or divided by some non-zero constant, then the resulting sequence is again a geometric progression. You mean if A1, A2, A3 and so on, An be a geometric progression, then for some k, non-zero constant k, so we have A1 into k, A2 into k, A3 into k and so on. So An into k is again a geometric progression with the same common ratio r. In the same way, if each term of a geometric progression is divided by some non-zero constant k, you mean A1 by k, A2 by k and so on, An by k is also a geometric progression of the same common ratio r. I mean, if each term of a geometric progression is divided by or multiplied by some non-zero constant, then the resulting sequence is again a geometric progression. Okay, this is what first point related to geometric progression. And the next one is if A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3 and so on, B2 geometric progressions. Here we have two geometric progressions. One is A1, A2, A3 and so on, and B1, B2, B3 and so on. Here the first geometric progression having common ratio, let me take R1, and the second geometric progression having common ratio R2. Now A1 into B1, A2 into B2, A3 into B3 and so on is again a geometric progression. You mean products of the corresponding terms of the two geometric progressions is again a geometric progression with the common ratio R1 into R2. And A1 B1, A2 B2, A3 B3 and so on is again a geometric progression with the common ratio R1 by R2. Hope you got it, students. So here there are two geometric progressions, A1, A2, A3 and so on, and B1, B2, B3 and so on. So R1 is the common ratio of the first geometric progression, R2 is the common ratio of the second geometric progression. Then the product of the corresponding terms, you mean A1 B1, A2 B2, A3 B3 and so on is again a geometric progression with the common ratio R1 R2. R1 into R2, and again A1 B1, A2 B2, A3 B3, and so on is again a geometric progression with the common ratio R1 by R2. This is what another important point. Now, if A1, A2, A3, and so on are in are in AP for all positive numbers. Here A1, A2, A3 are all positive numbers. If they are in AP, then for positive x, x power of A1, x power of A2, x power of A3, and so on becomes a GP. You mean if A1, A2, A3 are in AP, then x power of A1 for x power of A2, x power of A3 becomes GP. Okay, it's an important result. This is true for all x greater than 0. This is true for any x greater than 0. Okay, this is also an important point. Next, another important point is A1, A2, A3, and so on, An be a geometric progression, then it is true that A1 into An is equal to A2 into An minus 1, that is equal to A3 into An minus 2, and so on. For example, if I have some terms of a geometric progression like this, A1, A2, A3, A4, and A5, then it is true that A1 into A5 equal to A2 into A4, and so on. Okay, this is true for a geometric progression, right? Okay, so these are some important points related to geometric progression. And one more thing is, hope you got it, students. Once again, yes, A1, A2, A3 are the terms of geometric progression. Then, if each term of a geometric progression is divided by or multiplied by some non-zero constant k, then the resulting sequence is again a geometric progression. And next one, here there are two geometric progressions, A1, A2, A3, and so on with the common ratio R1, B1, B2, B3, and so on with common ratio R2. And the product of the corresponding terms, you mean A1, B1, A2, B2, A3, B3, and so on again is again a geometric progression with common ratio R1 into R2. And A1, B1, A1 by B1, A2 by B2, A3 by B3, again it forms a geometric progression with the common ratio R1 by R2. It's an important result. Now, another thing is, if the terms A1, A2, A3, and so on are in AP, then for positive number x greater than 0, x power of A1, x power of A2, x power of A3 form a geometric progression. It's an important result. And for any geometric progression contains n elements, it is true that A1 into An, A2 into An minus 1, A3 into An minus 2, and so on. And next one is, next point is pth term of a GP from the end. Pth term from the end of a geometric progression is given by Tn divided by R power of p minus 1. I mean, here n denotes total number of terms in the given geometric progression. R is a common ratio of the given geometric progression. Pth term, for example, assume there are 10 terms in a given geometric progression. Then we need to find, so we have to find third term from the end. You mean P is 3. P is 3. Then third term from the end is same as T10 divided by R power of, so 3 minus 1. This gives a third term from the end. That's it. Hope you got it, students. Pth term from the end of the geometric progression is given by Tn divided by R power of p minus 1. By knowing R and number of terms and S number of terms, we can easily find a pth term from the end. Okay. Next point is, if each term of a geometric progression is raised to the same power, then the resulting sequence is again a geometric progression. I mean to say, for example, 3, 9, 27, 81 and so on is a geometric progression. Yes, with the common ratio 3, right? If each term is raised to the same power, I am going to write the powers 2, 2, 2 and so on. You mean 3 square, 9 square, 27 square, 81 square and so on. Again it is a GP. Yes, you can check. Again it form, these numbers form a geometric progression. Hope you got it, students. If each term of a geometric progression be raised to the same power, then the resultant sequence is again a GP. Okay, this is also an important result. And yes, the first three terms of a GP can be taken as A by R, A and AR. Hope you, I think you are all familiar in this. First three terms of a GP can be taken as A by R, A and AR, where A is the first term and R is the common ratio. And first four terms of a geometric progression can be taken as A by R cube, A by R and AR cube. So first four terms of a geometric progression can be taken as this: A by R cube, A by R, AR and AR cube. And first five terms of a geometric progression can be taken as A by R square, A by R, AR square. So first five terms can be taken as like this, where A is the first term and R is the common ratio. Okay, so this is about geometric progression, right? Now let us move on to the one more concept, that is what relation between arithmetic mean and geometric mean. Arithmetic mean and geometric mean. Students, I think you are all familiar in the arithmetic mean and geometric mean of the two numbers, or geometric mean from the concept arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Let me discuss first about arithmetic mean, or we can call as AM, right? If 3 or more than 3 numbers are in AP, then the numbers lying between the first and last term are called as arithmetic mean between the first and last, right? If 3 or more than 3 numbers are in AP, then the numbers lying between the first and last are called as arithmetic mean between them. For example, if A and B are in AP, then arithmetic mean of A and B is given by A is equal to A plus B by 2. Okay, so A plus B by 2. For example, if there are n arithmetic means between A and B, arithmetic mean of n numbers, arithmetic mean of n numbers is given by, for example, let me take arithmetic mean of n positive numbers. So numbers are like this: A1, A2 and so on. An is given by A1 plus A2 plus A3 and so on, An whole divided by the number of terms. So this gives arithmetic mean of n positive numbers. That's what sum of all the terms, sum of all n terms divided by number of terms gives the arithmetic mean. And suppose we have inserted n arithmetic means between the numbers A and B. Assume A1, A2, A3 and An. So these are the arithmetic means inserted between the numbers A and B. Then there is a relation between the common difference. The common difference can be found like this. Here there are n arithmetic mean inserted between the first and the last term. So therefore this form, including A and B, form an arithmetic progression with the number of terms is equal to n plus 2, right? Number of terms is equal to n plus 2, because here we have n terms, and including these two there will be n plus 2 terms. Therefore the last term, that is what B, is given by A plus n minus 1 into D, right? N is what here? N plus 2 minus 1 into D. So simplification, you get what? B is equal to A plus n plus 1 into D. So your D is given by b minus a by n plus 1. So by knowing a and d, we can easily find the second term, third term, and so on. So the first arithmetic mean is given by, actually by using the definition of arithmetic progression, or yes, arithmetic progression, the second term is given by what? A plus d. So a plus d is what? By knowing b and a and n, we can find the second term. In the same way, a2 is given by, the third term, a2 becomes the third term of this arithmetic progression. So a plus 2d, that's what? A plus 2 times of b minus a by n plus 1. In the same way, a3 is given by a plus 3d, fourth term, that is what? A plus 3 into b minus a by n plus 1, and so on. Then an, nth arithmetic mean is given by what? A plus nd. A plus nd, that's what? A plus n into b minus a by n plus 1 gives the nth arithmetic mean between the numbers a and b. Okay, so this is about arithmetic mean and how to find the terms inserted between the two numbers a and b. Okay, next point is, if a1, a2 and so on, an, or the n arithmetic means inserted between the numbers a and b, and hence the sum of these a1 plus a2 plus a3 and so on, an is given by n times of arithmetic mean between the first and last term. It's an important result, students. Suppose we have inserted n arithmetic means between the numbers a and b, small letters a and b, then the sum of the arithmetic means, sum of n arithmetic means is given by n times of the arithmetic mean between the first and last term, even n times of a plus b by 2. It's an important result. Okay, so this is about arithmetic mean discussed before. Let's move on to the another concept, that is what? GM. Geometric mean. So I think you are familiar in the geometric mean. Yes, again, what is geometric mean actually? So geometric mean is what we call it as GM. If 3 or more than 3 numbers are in GP, then the numbers lying between the first and last are called as geometric means between them. Okay. For example, if 3 numbers a, g and b are in GP, then geometric mean between a and b is given by g, that is equal to root of ab, or g square is equal to ab. Both are same. G square is equal to ab or g is equal to ab. So g is called as geometric mean of these two numbers. If there are, geometric mean of n terms, here we have n terms like this, a1, a2, a3 and so on, an. So if there are n terms in the geometric progression, the geometric mean of n terms is given by a1 into a2 into a3 into and so on, an power of 1 by n is the geometric mean of n terms of a geometric progression. Okay, if there are n terms in the geometric progression like a1, a2, a3 and so on, an, then geometric mean of these numbers is given by a1 into a2 into a3 and so on till an whole to the power of 1 by n gives the geometric mean of these n terms. Okay, so this is an important result. Next one, same as before. Suppose if we have inserted, we have inserted G1, G2, G3 and so on, n geometric means between the numbers a and b. Okay, so here these are n geometric means and including these two, so total number of terms in this geometric progression is what? N plus 2 again. Hope you got it, students. G1, G2, G3 and so on, Gn are the n geometric means inserted between the two numbers a and b. Now again, this progression is a geometric progression, contains n plus 2 terms. In the last term, even nth term is given by what? B is equal to AR power of n minus 1. What is n actually? Number of terms n plus 2, right? N plus 2 minus 1. So you get AR power of n plus 1. So your R becomes, R power of n plus 1 becomes B by A, right? Or R is equal to B by A power of 1 by n plus 1. This is what? The common ratio. And by using this we can find the geometric means between the numbers A and B. The first geometric mean, you mean G1. This is what the second term in this geometric progression. Therefore, I can write A into R. You mean A into R is what? B by A whole power of 1 by n plus 1. In the same way, G2, I mean third term. Third term is what? AR square. This gives what? A into B by A whole power of 2 by n plus 1. In the same way, G3 becomes what? A into B by A whole power of 3 by n plus 1. And nth term, you mean nth arithmetic mean is given by A into B by A whole power of n by n plus 1. This is how finding the geometric means between the numbers A and B. So in the first case, I mean first one is what? A into B by A power of 1 by n plus 1. G2 2 by n plus 1, G3 3 by n plus 1 and so on. Nth term is what? N by n plus 1. That's it. This is how finding the geometric mean between the numbers A and B. Next one, if G1, G2, G3 and so on, Gn are the n geometric means inserted between the numbers A and B, then the product of all these equal to, you mean G1 into G2 into G3 and so on, Gn is equal to root AB power of is equal to AB power of n. Sorry. So this is what I mean. So when G1, G2, G3 or Gn are the geometric means inserted between the numbers A and B, then the product of all these geometric means is equal to root of AB whole to the power of n. This gives what? The product of all the geometric means inserted between the numbers A and B. Okay, this is also an important result. Now, let me discuss one more concept, that is arithmetico-geometric sequence, or we also called as arithmetico-geometric progression. Simply we write it as AG series. Arithmetico-geometric sequence or series. Arithmetico-geometric series, the name itself says, if each term of a sequence is the product of the corresponding terms of arithmetic sequence and geometric sequence, then the resulting sequence we call as arithmetico-geometric sequence or series. Once again, if each term of a sequence is the product of AP as well as GP, corresponding terms of AP and GP, then we call it as arithmetico-geometric progression. For example, 1 into 2 plus 2 into 2 square plus 3 into 2 cube plus 4 into 2 power of 4 and so on. Observe here, each term is in this series, each term is here the first terms 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. This forms an AP, and here 2 comma 2 square, 2 cube, 2 square, 2 cube, 2 power of 4 forms a GP. This is an AP with the first term A, that is 1, and common difference D is also 1. This is a GP with A is equal to 2 and the common ratio is 2, right? So then the combination of these two, you mean product of these two first term, product of these two second term, product of these two third term, then this is we call as arithmetico-geometric series or AG progression. AGP we call as AGP or AGS, right? and sum of n terms of an arithmetic progression, arithmetico-geometric progression is given by sum of n terms. Sum of n terms of arithmetico-geometric series or arithmetico-geometric progression is given by a by 1 minus r plus dr into 1 minus r power of n minus 1 whole divided by 1 minus r square minus a plus n minus 1 to d into r power of n divided by 1 minus r. This gives what? The sum of n terms of arithmetico-geometric series, and sum of infinite terms of arithmetico-geometric series is given by a by 1 minus r plus dr divided by 1 minus r whole square. So this gives sum of infinite terms of arithmetico-geometric sequence. Okay. So this is about arithmetico-geometric series or arithmetico-geometric sequence. Yes, I think you are all familiar in the result that finding n terms of a sum of n terms of a geometric progression, that is what is given by Sn is equal to a into 1 minus r power of n divided by 1 minus r, where r is less than 1. And same we have one more result, that is what a into r power of n minus 1 divided by r minus 1 when r is greater than 1. Okay, and we have another formula, that some formula to find sum of infinite terms of a GP. That is what given by S infinity is equal to a divided by 1 minus r. This is when r lies between minus 1 to plus 1, and S infinity tends to plus infinity when r is greater than or equal to 1. Infinite terms of GP is given by a by 1 minus r when r lies between minus 1 to plus 1, and it tends to plus infinity when r is greater than or equal to 1. So one more thing, students, when a and b are, when the two numbers a and b are having opposite sign, then GM doesn't exist. GM of these two numbers doesn't exist. Okay. So this is about some important results. Or some important points from the concept GP as well as GM and AM. Now let us move on to the first question. Right? The first question is like this: if 2 is the sum to infinity of a GP whose the first element is 1, then the sum of first n terms is, yes, 2 is the sum to infinity of a GP and first term is given, right? Let me take first term is a is equal to 1, and one more thing, sum to infinity is given, that is what, 2. So we have the formula to find sum to infinity infinite terms of a GP, that is what, a divided by 1 minus r, right? That is given. Then a is given, so 1 by 1 minus r. In place of in place of a, I taken 1. So from this I can get r. So after getting this r, you can easily find the sum of first n terms. Okay. So what do you get here? So 1 minus r is equal to 1 by 2. Then r is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2. You get r is equal to 1 by 2. So sum of n terms is given by what? Sn is equal to, since r is less than 1, I can write a into 1 minus r power of n divided by 1 minus r. This is given by a is 1, so 1 minus 1 by 2 whole power of n divided by 1 minus 1 by 2. You get what? This is equal to, you can write this as, see here, LCM is 2 minus 1 by 2, you mean 1 by 2. I am going to take 2 out, 2 to the numerator, and here you get 2 power of n, right? LCM is 2 power of n minus 1 whole divided by 2 power of n. So you get what? 2 power of n minus 1 whole divided by 2 taken to denominator, you will get 2 power of n into 2, you get 2 power of n minus 1 divided by 2 power of n plus 1. Hope you got it, students. Here 2 is having power n and this one is having power 1, so 2 power of n plus 1 is the denominator, 2 power of n minus 1 will be the numerator. So that is option I think 2, right? Option 2 is the correct one. 2 power of n minus 1 divided by 2 power of n, sorry, when you take this 2 to the denominator, it becomes minus 1, right? So option 2 is the correct one. 2 power of n minus 1 divided by 2 power of n minus 1. So option 2 is the correct one. Okay, this is about the first question. Now let us move to the second question. Second question is like this. If x comma 2x plus 2 comma 3x plus 3 are in GP, then the fifth element is, right? Here we have three terms, they are in GP. I mean x comma x plus 2x and yes, so 3x plus 3 are in GP, and hence we know that when three numbers are in when three numbers A, G and B are in GP, they can then geometric mean G is given by root of AB or G square is equal to AB. This is the relation between three numbers. Here the middle term is what? 2x plus 2. So 2x plus 2 whole square will be equal to what? A into B, that is what? X into 3x plus 3 by using the the concept of geometric progression. Now by using this, let me find the fifth element, right? Let me find the values of x. This is of the form a plus b whole square, so a square plus b square plus 2ab, right? This is equal to 3x square plus 3x. Now you get 4x square, 3x square, you get x square. So 8x minus 3x plus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. You mean you will get the roots, the values of x, two values of x. Yes, x square plus 4x plus x plus 4 equal to 0. You get x into x plus 4 plus 1 into x plus 4. So from this you get what? X is equal to minus 1 or x is equal to minus 4. If x is equal to minus 1, then your terms will become what? First term is x now, so minus 1. Second term is what? 2x plus 2. You mean 2 into minus 1 plus 2. So 2 into minus 1 plus 2 you will get 0, right? So third term will get what? 3x plus 3. Even 3 into minus 1 plus 3, again you will get 0. So you don't get common ratio, right? You get common ratio 0. So it is whenever the common ratio is 0, then fifth element will be what? Again it will become 0. So there is no option. So let me take another value. X is equal to minus 4. When x is minus 4, the terms are becomes x, that is what? Minus 4. Second term is what? 2x plus 2. So 2 into minus 4 plus 2. So minus 8 plus 2, that is minus 6 will be the second term. And third term is what? 3x plus 3. 3 into minus 4. Minus 12 plus 3, you get minus 9. So from this you get the common ratio minus 6 by minus 4. You mean second term by first one, you will get 3 by 2. Okay, then your fifth term is given by, or T5 or F5 is given by A power of 4. You mean A is what? A is the first term, minus 4 into R is 3 by 2 whole power of 4. You get minus 4 into 3 power of 4. You mean 81 by 2 power of 4, that is what? 16. So 1s are 4s are, so minus 81 by 4, that is what? Option 2 is the correct one. You mean when x comma 2x plus 2, 3x plus 3 are in GP, then the fifth element is given by minus 81 plus minus 81 by 4. That's what option 2. Okay, let us move to the question number 3. So question number 3 is like this. if a minus 1 is the GM between two numbers a minus 2 and a plus 1, this is true for what value of a? So a minus 1 is GM, right? So I can write from the relation, if three numbers a, g, b are in GP, then g square is equal to ab. So here in this case, a minus 1 will be g. Therefore, a minus 1 whole square is equal to a into b. You mean first and last term. What is first term? A minus 2 and a plus 1. A minus 2 into a plus 1. So let me simplify this. We will get the value of a. I mean, this is true for what value of a? That's the question. So again, this is of the form a minus b whole square, a square plus b square. So a into a square, a minus 2a. So you get minus a minus 2. So on simplification, you get minus 2a plus a. So minus a, that is equal to minus 2 minus 1. You get a is equal to 3. So minus a is equal to minus 3, or you get a is equal to 3. You mean a minus 1 is the geometric mean of a minus 2 and a plus 1 only when a is 3. That is option second is the correct one. Okay, let's move on to the question number 4. Fourth question is like this: if the sum to n terms of a series is given 2 power of n plus 1 plus n minus 2, then nth term is what? So students, we are familiar in the result that Sn minus Sn minus 1 is equal to Tn, right? So here we have Sn, right? What is Sn? Sum of n terms is given. Sn is what? Sn is equal to 2 power of n plus 1 plus n minus 2. This is what Sn. So what is Sn minus 1? Just replace n by n minus 1. So 2 power of, in place of n, n minus 1. So n minus 1 plus 1 plus, in place of n minus 1 minus 2. Just I replaced n by n minus 1. You get what? This is 2 power of n, because 1 get cancelled. Here you get plus n minus 1 minus 2 n minus 3. N minus 1 minus 2 minus 1 minus 2, you get minus 3. Now Tn is equal to, so your nth term is what? Sn minus Sn minus 1. Sn is what? 2 power of n plus 1 plus n minus 2 minus Sn minus 1. Sn minus 1 is given by 2 power of n plus n minus 3. So on simplification, n minus n get cancelled. So minus into plus minus n will get cancelled. I mean n minus n get cancelled. Then here 2 power of n plus 1 I am going to write as 2 into 2 power of n, because 2 power of 1 into 2 power of n becomes 2 power of n plus 1 minus 2 power of n. So minus 2 plus 3, so plus 1. So this is like 2x minus 1x. 2 times of 2 power of n minus 1 time of 2 power of n. You mean 2x minus x is what? X, you mean 2 power of n, 1 time of x, 1 time of 2 power of n plus 1. So this is your nth term. You mean if a sum to n terms of a series is this 2 power of n plus 1 plus n minus 2, this is possible only when nth term is 2 power of n plus 1. So option 3 is the correct one. Yes, let me move to question number 5th, that is the m plus nth term and m minus nth term of a GP are P and Q respectively. Then what is the mth term? Okay, students, you observe the options here we have, except the last one. In all the 3 options we have PQ and P by Q, right? So let me check PQ and P by Q, we will get the answer. What is given actually? M plus nth and m minus nth terms. M plus nth term of a GP, you mean Pm plus n. So that is what? A into R power of m plus n minus 1. Even nth term is given by what? A into R power of n minus 1. Therefore m plus nth term will be A into R, m plus n minus 1. You mean in place of n, I have taken m plus n. This is given P. And m minus nth term is given. That is what? A into R power of m minus n minus 1. You mean like A into R power of n minus 1. This is given Q. Then whenever m plus nth is P, I mean m plus nth term is P and m minus nth term is Q, then what is true among the four options, right? So in all the three options we have P by Q, Q by P and PQ. Let me check PQ. I mean first I am going to check P into Q. You may get the answer. What is mth term? You have to find mth term, right? You mean mth term in the sense Tm is equal to A into R power of m minus n. This is to be found. Okay. Now, so PQ, I am going to check PQ because in the options we have PQ, P by Q, Q by P. Therefore, let me check PQ first. PQ, P into Q, what happens? P is what? A into R power of m plus n minus 1 into Q is what? A into R power of m minus n minus 1. So, A into A, you get A square into R power of m plus n minus 1 plus m minus n minus 1. Since our same base we have, so therefore I am adding the powers. N get cancelled. So, what do you get? A square into R power of 2m minus 2, right? Or I can write this as A square into R power of 2 times of m minus 1. This is equal to A into R power of m minus 1 whole square. This is what PQ. Since let me take 1 by 2 power on both sides, you will get what? Root PQ is equal to, so A R power of m minus n. So mth term is given by root of PQ, that's it. Hope you got it, students. I taken power 1 by 2 on both sides. Here 1 by 2, PQ power of 1 by 2 is root PQ. So 1 by 2 into 2 get cancelled, get A power of m minus 1. I mean if m plus nth term is P and m minus nth term is Q in a given GP, then mth term will become what? Root PQ. So option second is the correct one. Okay, question number 6 is like this. A GP of an even number of terms, the sum of all terms is 5 times the sum of all terms, then the common ratio of a GP is, here the question is, a GP contains even number of terms. I mean it may contain 2 terms, it may contain 4 terms, 6 terms and so on. And sum of all the terms is 5 times sum of all terms. You mean 5 times of the terms occupying in odd places, that's the question. And this is true for what value, for what common ratio? Hope you got it. Hope you got the question, students. Here a GP contains even number of terms and sum of all the terms is equal to 5 times the sum of terms occupying in the odd places. Then what is the common ratio? Okay, let me take, number of terms be 2. You mean it? According to the question, what GP contains even number of terms, right? It may contain 2 terms also. So let me take the terms as A and AR. First 2 terms A and AR are the terms. Okay. Now what they have given? Sum of all these 2 terms. You mean A plus AR is equal to 5 times of the terms occupying in odd places. This is the first one, this is second one. So this is a term occupying in the odd place, that is for 5 times of A. Hope you got it. Sum of the terms is equal to 5 times of the term occupying in odd place. So you get AR is equal to 5A minus A. You get AR is equal to 4A. So you get R is equal to 4. That's it. Yes, sum of all the terms in a GP contains even number of terms is equal to 5 times the sum of odd number of, I'm sorry, sum of odd terms. It is true only when R is equal to 4. So option third is the correct one. Okay, question number 7th. The values of the values such that the three numbers minus 2 by 7, x, minus 7 by 2 are in GP. Yes, let me use this concept as what? Geometric mean. The middle one can be taken as geometric mean of the first and the last one. You mean x square becomes, you mean g square is equal to a into b, no? So x square is equal to minus 2 by 7 into minus 7 by 2. So you get x square equal to plus 1. So this gives x is equal to plus or minus 1. You mean the three numbers, the given three numbers are in GP only when x is either plus 1 or x is either minus 1. X is plus 1 or minus 1. Okay, option 2 is the correct one. Yes, question number 8 is like this. Consider an infinite geometric series with the first term a and common ratio r. If the sum is 4 and the second term is 3 by 4, then options, yes, options are like this. When a and r values are given, okay, a simple one. Yes, the question is like this. In infinite geometric series with the first term a, common ratio r, and sum is given 4. So sum of infinite terms of a GP is given by what? A by, sum of infinite terms of a GP is given by a by 1 minus r, that is given 4. And one more thing, here we have what? Second term is given. Second term is what? AR is equal to 3 by 4. A is the first term and R is the common ratio, therefore second term, your second term becomes AR. So this, I mean, sum is 4 for what value of A and R? That's the question. Sum of infinite terms of a GP becomes 4 for what value of A and R? That's the question. And also there is another hint we have, second term is given 3 by 4. Okay, yes. So let me multiply this, 1 minus r into 4, you get what? 1 minus r into 4 is equal to a, or 4 minus 4 into r is equal to a. Here we have a r, no, therefore let me multiply. Multiplying by r, we get what? 4r square is equal to ar. Multiplied r to all the elements of, on both sides of the equation. What do you get? 4r minus 4r square. Ar we have 3 by 4. You get 16r minus 16r square equal to 3, or 16r square minus 16r plus 3 is equal to 0. So you get a quadratic equation. Let me simplify. 48. So 16r square. So 12 4s minus 12r minus 4r plus 3 equal to 0. So 16 is the 48, no? So 48 I can write it 12 4s. You get 4r. So 4r minus 3 is 1 into 4r minus 3. You get r is equal to 1 by 4 or r is equal to 3 by 4. But in the options we don't have r is equal to 3 by 4, right? So we have r is equal to 1 by 4 in the last option. Therefore that will be the correct option, and a will be 3. Let me check by using this. A into r is equal to 3 by 4. So A into what is R we have 1 by 4 is equal to 3 by 4. So 4 get cancelled, so you get A is equal to 3, right? So option 4 is the correct one. You mean sum of infinite terms of a given GP is 4 only when A is 3, R is 1 by 4. So option 4 is the correct one. Okay. Question number 9. If 1 by 2 is the sum to infinity of a GP with common ratio 1 by 3, then the first element is, you mean what is the A? Again same as before, sum to infinity of a GP is given 1 by 2, you mean A by 1 minus R is equal to 1 by 2 and R is equal to 1 by 3. This is true for what value of A? Okay, same as before. So A divided by 1 minus R is what? 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 2. You get R, you get the value of A. On simplification, you get the value of A, that's it. You get 3 is LCM, 3 minus 1 is 2. So 3A by 2 is equal to 1 by 2, right? Take an LCM, LCM is 3, 3 minus 1 that is 2, 2 by 3, A by 2 by 3. So 3 come to numerators, 3A by 2 is equal to 1 by 2. So 3A is equal to 1, A is equal to 1 by 3. So sum to infinity or infinite terms of a GP with common ratio 1 by 3 is 1 by 2 only when A is 1 by 3. So option 3 is the correct one. Okay, question number, so 10th is like this. If the sum of 3 numbers in a GP is 26 and the sum of sum of products taken, there is a word, sum of products taken 2 at a time is 156, then the numbers are, okay, sum of 3 numbers in a GP is 26. Yes, I am going to take the numbers as A by R, first number as A by R, plus A, second number as A, and third is AR is equal to 26. Okay, and next one is what? Next data is what? Sum of products taken 2 at a time. Products taken 2 at a time in the sense, see if the numbers are A by R, comma A and AR, products taken 2 at a time, you mean product of these two, you mean A by R into A plus product of these two A into AR plus product of these two A by R into AR. This is given 156. This happens for what numbers? I mean required numbers are what? I mean for what 3 numbers of GP this happens, sum of 3 numbers becomes 26 and sum of the numbers taken, I mean sum of the numbers, sum of products taken 2 at a time is equal to 156. That's a question. Yes, this can be written as, I am going to take A outside, A into 1 by R plus 1 plus R is equal to 26, and this let me take this one as equation 1, and this can be written as A square, here in all the terms contains A square, see A into A square, A square, A square, I am going to take A square outside. What is remained? 1 by R plus 1, right? So yes, your R get cancelled, right? Yes, 1 is remained here, so this is equal to 156, equation 2. Now let me divide equation 2 by 1. So equation 2 by 1 gives what? You mean a square 1 by r plus 1 is equal to 156 whole divided by a into 1 by r plus 1 divided by 26. A get cancelled, this get cancelled, so 1s are 6 are, so you get a is equal to 6. Okay, a is equal to 6. And now to get the terms we need to find r again. So what is r? Right, so let me find r by substituting in the first equation. So what is the first equation? This one, a into, you mean 6 into 1 by r plus 1 plus r is equal to 26, right? So you get 1 by r plus 1 plus r is equal to 26 by 6, or 1 by r plus r is equal to 26 by 6 minus 1. So to get 1 by r plus r is equal to 20 by 6, right? Then you get 10s are 3s are. So you get r square plus 1 by r is equal to 10 by 3, right? So you get 3r square plus 3 is equal to 10r, or 3r square plus 10r, sorry, minus 10r plus 3 is equal to 0. So 9 can be written as minus 9 into minus 1. So 3r square minus 9r minus 1r plus 3 is equal to 0. You get 3r common, so 3r minus 3 minus 1 into r minus 3 equal to 0. So r is equal to 3 or r is equal to 1, right? So r is equal to 3 or r is equal to 1. So in this, when a is 6, r is 3. Let me take the first case. So in the first case, when r is 3 and a is 6, your terms are what? A by r, you mean 6 by 3, you mean 2, comma, a is what? 6. Next ar, you mean 3 6 r. And when r is 1, you get the terms, so 6 by 1, right? 6, and a is 6, and this is also 6. So you get the option, so I mean 2 comma 6 comma 18, that is what first option is the correct one. I mean when r is 3, a is 6, you get the terms 2 6 18. I mean when the terms are 2 6 18, so you don't get this option, because sum of the numbers should be 26, no? So you don't get 6 plus 6 plus 6 is equal to 26, therefore your option is 2 6 18. I mean when the numbers are 2 6 18, then only sum of the three numbers becomes 26, and the products, sum of the products taken 2 at a time becomes 156. So option first is the correct one. Okay, question number 11th. Fourth, 7th, 10th term of a GPR, PQR respectively, then which one is correct among the four options? Let me check all the options. Fourth term is P, you mean ARQ is P, fourth term is P. Next, 7th term is Q, you mean AR power of 6 is equal to Q. And one more, 10th term is R, you mean AR power of 9 is R. Then which one is correct among the four options? Let me check first one. P square is equal to Q square plus R square. P square is equal to Q square plus R square. What is P square? AR cube whole square, right? Is equal to Q square is A into R power of 6 whole square, and R square is A into R power of 9 whole square. So this becomes A square R power of 6 equal to A square R power of 12 plus A square R power of 18. So these two are not equal. They cannot be equal. When you take A square outside, you get A square R power of 12. If you take, don't, you will not, I mean LHS will not be equal to RHS anyway. Let me check second option. Second option is what? Q square is equal to PR. Q square is equal to PR. So what is Q? AR power of 6 whole square into P is what? AR cube into R is what? AR power of 9. So this gives what? A square R power of 12 is equal to A into A square. So R power of 3 into R power of 9. So R power of 12. Of course, LHS equal to RHS. Therefore, option 2 is the correct one. You mean 4th, 7th, 10th terms of a GP are PQR only when if 4th, 7th, 10th terms of a GP PQR, then Q square is equal to PR. I mean option 2. Okay, question number 12th. Again same as before, 4th, 10th, 16th terms of a GP given XYZ. Then XYZ are in what? GP, AP, HP. HP means harmonic progression. It is not in the JE concept. I mean, it is removed from the JE. So AGP means arithmetical geometric progression. Okay, let me check what is the correct among the four options. Fourth term is X, right? You mean AR cube. AR cube is X. And 10th term is Y. AR power of 9 is Y. And one more, 16th term is Z. AR power of 15 is Z. Okay. So then XYZ are in what? GP, AP, AGP. Let me check GP. What is the condition for GP when these three? When XYZ are in GP, when XYZ are in GP, what? Y square should be equal to XZ. Let me check whether they are equal in these cases. Okay, what is Y? A into R power of 9 whole square. X is what? AR cube into Z is what? A into R power of 15. So here A square R power of 18, A into A square, R power of 3, R power of 15, so R power of 18. So of course this is true. I mean 4th, 10th and 16th terms of a GP are XYZ only when XYZ are in GP. That's it. So option first is the correct one. Okay, question number 13th. So let A1, A2 and so on, A10 be a geometric progression. If the ratio A3 by A1 is 25 and A9 by A5 is what? Okay, A3 by A1 is given 25. Then what is A9 by A5? A simple one. A3 by A1. So A3 by A1. A3 means what? AR square, third term divided by first term A. That is what? 25. So you get R square is equal to 25 or 5 square. So what is A9 by A5? A9 by A5. What is A9? AR power of 8 divided by AR power of 4. So R power of 4, R power of 8 by R power of 4 is R power of 4. What is R actually? This is what R square whole square. R square value we have 5 square. So 5 square whole square is equal to 5 power of 4. So option third is the correct one. Yes, 14th one. If A, B, C are three consecutive terms of an AP and X, Y, Z are three consecutive terms of a GP, then the value of X power of B minus C into Y power of C minus A into A power of Z minus Z power of A minus B. Yes, if A, B, C are three consecutive terms of an AP. So let me take A as the first term, B as the second term, C as the third term. I mean A as the first term, let me take A. B second term, you mean A plus D, where D is the common difference. C third term, I am going to take it as A plus 2D. Okay, next. And X, Y, Z are three consecutive terms of a GP. You mean X first term, I am going to take it as X only. Y second term, so X into R, like AR square. Therefore, Z is X into R square. Hope you got it, students. If first time is A, second time becomes AR, third time is AR square. If first time is X, second time is XR square, third time is XR square. What they are given, if ABC are three consecutive terms of AP, XYZ are three consecutive terms of GP, then what is the value of X power of B minus C into Y power of C minus A into Z power of A minus B, right? Just substitute the values, that's it. X, here we have, that is what X power of B minus C, right? B is what? A plus D minus C is what? Minus A minus 2D, minus of A plus 2D into Y, what is Y? X into R, so X into R power of C minus A, what is C? A plus 2D minus A is A itself into Z is what? X square, X into R square, Z power of A minus B, A is A itself, minus B, minus of A plus D, that is minus A minus D. So in all the cases A get cancelled. What is remained? X power of minus D into here X power of 2D into R power of 2D. Here X power of minus D into R power of 2 into D minus 2D. This is equal to X power of minus D plus 2D minus D, minus D plus 2D minus D into R power of 2D minus 2D. So you get X power of 0 into R power of 0, that is equal to X into R power of 0, that is equal to 1. All get cancelled, no? So you get 1, that is option 4th. 4th is the correct option. Sorry. Yes, 4th is the correct option. Okay, let me move to the 15th question. The second and fifth terms of a GP are 24 and 3 respectively. Then the sum of first 6 terms is what? Okay, second and fifth terms of a GP. Second term is 24. You mean AR. fifth term is AR power of 4 is 3, right? Second and fifth terms of a GP 24 and 3 respectively, then the sum of first 6 terms is, yes, let me divide second term by or fifth term by second term. You mean AR power of 4 by AR is equal to 3 by 24. So R cube is equal to 1 by 1 is 8 is, so R is equal to 1 by 2, because 1 by 8 is same as 1 by 2 whole cube. This is same as 1 by 2 whole cube. So anyway, you got R. Let me substitute in this. You get A into R is 1 by 2 is equal to 24. So A is equal to 48, right? Sum of first 6 terms, right? The A is 48, R is 1 by 2. So sum of first 6 terms is equal to A into 1 minus R power of 6 divided by 1 minus R. Since R is less than 1, I have taken 1 minus R power of n. So what is A? 48 into 1 minus 1 by 2 whole power of 6 divided by 1 minus 1 by 2. So 48 into 2, here 1 by 2 is 1 by 2 is at the denominator. You get 2 power of 6 minus 1 by 2 power of 6, right? So 48 into 2 into 63 by 64. So 4 12s are 16s are. Next to 4 3s are 4 4s are 2 1s are 2s are. So 3 into 63, 189 by 2. So 189 by 2 is the sum of first 6 terms of a given GP. That is option first is the correct one. Okay. Okay, students, this is about today's class. Let us continue the remaining questions in the next class. Okay, thank you.